Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we, the Morss Global Finance Podcast team, take you on a journey through the world of finance.
Always an adventure.
Yeah. So I'm John,
I'm Tiffany.
and we're diving into precious metals dealers today.
Ooh, shiny.
Specifically, we're comparing SD Bullion and JM Bullion, two of the most popular ones out there.
Yeah, if you've ever thought about, adding some gold or silver to your portfolio, you know that it can be a little overwhelming trying to figure out where to start.
Yeah, for sure. Like, is this website legit?
Right, exactly.
That kind of thing.
Who am I trusting?
Totally. So that's why we're here, to break it down.
Exactly, going to help you navigate those choices and figure out, which company might be the right fit for you.
Yeah. So let's start with SD Bullion.
Right?
Founded in 2012 by a couple of doctors, actually.
Interesting.
They really emphasize education, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah, alongside sales.
Alongside sales.
So they're not just trying to, push product.
Exactly. And they've done really well, over $4 billion in sales.
Wow.
Which is very impressive. And what's interesting is they started with a website just focused on educating people about precious metals.
Oh, so they had that background already.
Yeah.
And then they moved into sales.
Yeah, they saw the opportunity, I guess.
Smart.
And then on the other hand, we have JM Bullion.
Okay.
Established in 2011, so around the same time.
Yeah.
They've grown really quickly known for their wide selection and customer focus.
It's always good to hear.
And actually, they were acquired by A-Mark Precious Metals.
Interesting.
Which is a leading player in the industry. So that says something about,
Definitely a sign of success.
Yeah, for sure.
And stability.
Yeah, that they've earned the trust of those big players.
For sure.
All right, so let's move on to products.
Okay, let's get to the good stuff.
The shiny stuff. Yeah. So both companies offer the big four, right? Gold, silver, platinum, palladium.
The classics.
Yep. But they each have some unique offerings too.
Ooh, let's hear it.
So SD Bullion, they have copper.
Copper. Okay.
Which I thought was interesting for those who are...
A little different.
Yeah, a little bit more into that.
Yeah.
And then they also have these min-certified coins, which are like...
Oh, for the collector?
For the series collectors, yeah.
Yeah.
And even some jewelry options.
Okay.
So, little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little something for everyone.
Yeah. And then JM Bullion, they lean more into the collector side too, with themed gifts.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
What kind of themed gifts are we talking?
Like holiday-themed coins or things like that.
Okay.
And they have a huge range of coins from all over the world.
Oh, wow. Internationally?
Yeah, if you want a coin from, I don't know, Fiji or something.
Yeah, you probably can find it.
You can probably find it there.
That's really cool, though, because that caters to both investors and collectors, right?
Yes,
You're saying, are you just trying to, get the pure metal?
Right.
Or are you looking for specific types of coins or bars?
Or even jewelry.
Yeah, even jewelry, right?
Yeah. So it's really about figuring out, what your goals are.
Exactly. What are you trying to accomplish with this?
Yeah, exactly.
That's step one.
Totally. All right, so we've talked about the products.
The shiny objects themselves.
Yeah, so let's move beyond just buying and selling.
Okay, what other services are there?
Yeah, so both companies offer IRA services.
Ooh, that's important.
Yeah, this is huge for anyone looking to diversify their retirement portfolio.
Huge, because a lot of people don't realize that you can hold physical precious metals within an IRA.
Right, it's not just stocks and bonds.
Yeah.
Right, and this is a way to, hedge against inflation, market volatility, all that.
Right, exactly.
So it's not for everyone.
Of course.
But it's worth looking into.
Worth exploring, for sure.
For sure. And then there's storage.
Okay. Yeah, that's a big one.
This can be a concern for people who are new to precious metals.
Where do I put this stuff?
Yeah, under my mattress.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Is that safe?
Probably not the best idea.
No, probably not.
So, SD Bullion partners with a secure depository,
Okay.
while JM Bullion offers a mix of their own storage solutions and a partnership with TDS vaults.
Interesting. So you have options.
Yeah, and this is where your individual risk tolerance comes into play.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right, so depositories, they offer high levels of security,
Right.
but they come with fees.
Of course.
Some investors prefer to store at least some of their holdings at home.
Yeah, in a safe or something.
Yeah, maybe a safe.
Yeah.
But obviously that comes with different risks, right?
Oh, right, yeah. Pros and cons to each.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And it's good to know that both companies offer buyback programs.
Okay, good to know.
So you have an exit strategy if you need it.
Right, because you're not going to be stuck with this forever.
Exactly. And of course,
Hopefully not.
hopefully not.
Right.
No investment is truly complete without understanding the market.
You got to do your research.
Right. And both companies have really invested in educational resources on their websites.
That's good.
Yeah. So that can be really valuable for, getting up to speed on, the nuances of this whole precious metals thing.
Yeah, because it's not just as simple as like buying and selling.
Right.
There's a lot more to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, knowledge is your best defense against, like, making bad decisions or falling prey to scams and things like that.
100%. So we've covered the basics of each company, their offerings.
The lay of the land.
Yeah, so now let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Okay, let's do.
Fees and charges.
All right, the stuff nobody likes to talk about.
Yeah, but it's important.
But very important.
Because that's often where the real differences emerge.
For sure.
So buckle up.
All right, let's dive in. Yeah, so fees can be a bit of a minefield.
Oh, yeah.
In the precious metals world.
For sure.
Transparency is key.
Absolutely.
So SD Bullion, they've got a pretty straightforward fee structure.
Okay.
Storage fees start at $9.99 a month. And they offer free shipping on orders over $199.
Ooh, free shipping.
Always a good thing.
I love free shipping.
Yeah, especially for smaller investors, that can be a big draw.
Right, makes sense.
But JM Bullion, they do things a little differently.
Okay, how?
They have variable annual fees.
Okay.
Based on the size of your account.
So like the more you have with
Exactly.
them, the lower the fees.
Yep, you got it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so how do those compare, like, for different types of investors?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Well, for larger investors, JM Bullion's variable fees can actually be really advantageous.
I see.
Because as your account grows, the fees proportionally decrease.
Right, that makes sense.
But for someone just starting out with a smaller investment, those fees could potentially eat into a larger percentage of their holdings.
Oh, I see.
So it's all relative.
Yeah. For sure.
So in that case, SD Bullion's flat storage fee might be more appealing.
Yeah, especially with that free shipping for smaller orders.
Exactly. It all adds up.
Yeah. So it's not just about the headline numbers.
Right.
It's about, like you said, how those fees actually play out.
Exactly.
In relation to your own personal, investment.
Your situation.
Yeah, your size, your strategy, all that.
Exactly. Got to think about the big picture.
Totally.
And it's worth noting that JM Bullion does offer free shipping as well.
Oh, okay.
But their threshold is a little higher. It's on orders over $200.
So just $1 more?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
But they also have potential discounts for using certain payment methods.
Oh, interesting.
So there's some flexibility there.
Okay. I like options.
Yeah, who doesn't?
All right. So speaking of payment methods.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting.
This is where I think both companies offer a really wide array of options.
Yeah, they do.
We're talking bank wires.
Sure.
Checks.
The old school methods.
The classics.
Yep.
Credit and debit cards. PayPal.
The more modern ways.
And even Bitcoin.
Ooh.
Getting fancy.
That's a pretty big spectrum.
It is. It's pretty impressive.
It really is. I think it reflects a broader trend in the precious metals industry.
How so?
Well, they're trying to cater to a wider range of investors.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Including those who are comfortable with, digital currencies.
Yeah, for sure. So it's not just your, old school gold bugs.
Exactly. It's a new generation of investors.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So it's interesting to me that both companies accept Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Is that becoming more common among precious metals dealers?
Definitely.
Okay.
It's a way to appeal to those, tech-savvy investors who see cryptocurrencies and precious metals as kind of complementary.
Yeah, like two sides of the same coin.
Exactly.
All right, so let's move on to something that I think is often overlooked.
Okay, what's that?
But can be incredibly important.
I'm intrigued.
Shipping and insurance.
Oh, yeah. You got to get that gold safely.
Exactly.
From point A to point B.
So both companies obviously offer insurance and tracking.
Of course.
But are there any key differences we should highlight?
There are a few subtle but potentially significant differences.
Okay, I'm listening.
So JM Bullion, they leverage their proximity to the Las Vegas airport for expedited shipping.
I see.
Which could be a big plus.
Yeah, if you're in a hurry.
Right, exactly.
Or you just want it as soon as possible.
Yeah, peace of mind.
Yeah.
And they also emphasize their specialized insurance for precious metals.
Oh, okay.
Which suggests they might have more comprehensive coverage.
Than your standard carrier.
Exactly.
So what are the advantages of that specialized insurance?
Well, standard insurance policies often have limitations on the value of, jewelry or precious metals that they cover.
Oh, I see.
So a specialized policy is tailored to the unique risks associated with transporting and storing high-value metals.
Right, because if something happens...
Yeah, you want
to make sure you're fully protected.
Exactly.
So it might cover, loss or damage in transit due to theft or, a natural disaster.
All those what-ifs.
Yeah.
Got to be prepared.
So for someone who's investing a significant amount, that extra layer of protection could be worth considering.
Absolutely.
For sure.
It ties back to what we were talking about before.
Risk tolerance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're someone who values peace of mind above all else,
Right.
then factoring in the type of insurance offered by each company could be a key decision point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit.
All right, where are we going now?
Let's talk about customer support.
Oh, yeah, that's crucial.
When you're dealing with something as, complex as precious metals.
Right. There's a lot to learn.
Yeah, having access to reliable and knowledgeable support can be super essential.
Absolutely. You want to feel confident in
Yeah.
who you're working with.
So what have you observed about each company's approach to customer service?
Well, both companies offer multiple support channels:
Okay.
phone, email, live chat, which is pretty standard these days.
Yeah.
Got to have all the options. But I did notice that JM Bullion have a really comprehensive FAQ section on their website,
Oh, okay.
which I think is a great resource for getting those quick answers.
Right, like if you don't want to wait on hold
Exactly.
or for an email reply.
Yeah, just get that instant gratification.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's helpful, especially if you're just starting out, feeling a
Yeah.
little bit, overwhelmed.
Yeah, intimidated by the process.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. It can be a lot.
Totally. So does SD Bullion offer anything similar?
They do have a blog and some educational articles,
Okay,
but their FAQ section isn't as extensive.
gotcha.
However,
Yeah.
they do emphasize their prompt email responses and knowledgeable phone support staff.
Okay, so they're more focused on that personal interaction.
Exactly.
So it seems like, JM Bullion might be better for someone who likes to do their own research.
Yeah. Find the answers themselves.
Well, SD Bullion might appeal to someone who, really wants to talk to a person.
Exactly. Get that one-on-one help.
Yeah.
It really comes down to, your personal preferences,
For sure.
how you like to gather information and get help when you need it.
Absolutely. Okay, so it sounds like both companies have their strengths
Yeah, they do.
when it comes to customer support.
For sure.
But before we make any judgments,
Yeah.
let's see what other investors have to say.
Okay, good idea.
Third-party reviews.
Right. Always a good idea to get a different perspective.
Yeah,
Exactly. See what the real people are saying.
because they can often reveal insights
Yeah.
that you might not find on the company's website.
For sure, marketing is one thing,
Exactly.
but real-life experiences are another.
Totally. And from what I've seen, both companies generally receive positive reviews.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, on platforms like, the Better Business Bureau, Trustpilot Shopper, approved.
So across the board,
Yeah, that's a good sign.
it means they're doing something right.
Yeah, of course, no company can please everyone all the time.
Right. You can't make everybody happy.
But a consistently high level of positive feedback
Yeah.
suggests that they're, on the right track.
We're sure they're doing something right.
Right, so we've covered a lot of ground.
A lot.
Histories, products, services, fees,
All the things.
shipping, payment methods, customer support reviews, the whole 9 yards.
Ooh, I'm exhausted.
I know,
I'm
right?
kidding.
Just kidding. So, the moment of truth.
The big question.
Who comes out on top?
Well, there's no easy answer, right?
Right.
Both SD Bullion and JM Bullion, they have a lot to offer.
Yeah, for sure.
It really comes down to you.
Your individual needs.
Exactly, your priorities.
So let's recap some key takeaways.
Okay.
SD Bullion, they stand out with those low prices,
Yeah.
wide selection, and that focus on education, which I really like.
Yeah, they want to make sure you're informed.
Yeah. And they're free shipping for those smaller orders.
Right.
And those flat monthly storage fees, that could be really appealing to like newer investors.
Yeah, for sure. Those just starting out.
Yeah, people building smaller portfolios.
Exactly.
JM Bullion, on the other hand, they shine in those areas like, transparent pricing,
Mhm.
their customer service, and that specialized insurance we talked about.
Right, that extra peace of mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And their variable annual fees, those might be better for larger investors.
Yeah, the more you invest, the less you pay in fees, proportionally.
Exactly. And their location, near that major airport, it could be a plus for those who want things fast.
Yeah, if speed is a priority for you.
Yeah, so it really sounds like if I'm, really price sensitive and I'm just starting out, SD Bullion might be a good place to start.
Yeah, dip your toes in the water.
Yeah, and if I prioritize service and security, then JM Bullion might be the better choice.
Yeah, it's all about what matters most to you.
Exactly. One thing that's really stood out to me throughout this whole thing
What's that?
is that it's so important to understand your own risk tolerance
Yes.
and your investment goals before you even start shopping for precious metals.
Couldn't agree more.
it's easy to get caught up in the excitement.
Oh, yeah. Shiny objects.
Yeah, but you got to approach it like any other investment, right?
Absolutely.
Do your research, understand the risks, make sure it aligns with your overall financial strategy.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So we've given you a lot to think about today.
We have.
Hopefully this deep dive has equipped you to make a more informed decision.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's your money.
Exactly.
You got to make the choice that's right for you.
That's all for today's deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
And until next time, happy investing.